We're being taken by bus from the airport to St. Peter's Square. This is the entrance to it. The place is full of people. There's a couple of Swiss guards over there.
Benedixit Filii Suis in et adipe frumenti satiate. Annunciat verbum suum Iacob, justitias et judicia sua Israel.
Ci vede pure noi. Se noi guardiamo, se lui si gira adesso.
This is our group.
Maria, omnipotente, eterno, hai dato memoria de oggi.
Cada mañana me espabila el oído para que escuche como los iniciados. El Señor me abrió el oído y yo no resistí ni me eché atrás. Ofrecí la espalda a los que me apaleaban, las mejillas a los que mesaban mi barba. No me tapé el rostro ante ultrajes ni salivazos. El Señor me ayuda, por eso no sentía los ultrajes, por eso endurecí el rostro como pedernal, sabiendo que no quedaría defraudado.
and gave him the name which is above all other names, so that all beings in the heavens, on earth, and in the underworld should bend the knee at the name of Jesus. And that
I'm up there somewhere where they pipe blessings to people at times from the squares when he does the blessing of the people from the window up there. There's where the Pope lives, and that second window up there is where he blesses the people from the square.
Garden. Maybe all roses that now is springtime, and maybe you can see the rosary now. You see roses? No, not now. Just here to the right, you see a statue dedicated. Just here to the left, you see a medieval tower.
Well, we're in the centre of Rome and we're walking down the street to the Colosseum, which I am filming. And we hope to go inside. Last time we were here, it was closed. Really the biggest monument in Europe.
This was the Colosseum. The Colosseum was built in only 8 years. Only 8 years still here, still today standing. It was built from the 72 till the 80 AD. And it was like this. Today you see this. Look. Roman people, they were very clever. I don't know today if we were clever or not, but in the past they were very, very clever. They made aqueducts for Rome. And of course they made only the Colosseum. The real name was the Flavian Amphitheater. Amphitheater because it's a double theater. Flavian because it's the temple of Vesta. The Vestas, they were virgin ladies that they had to dedicate it to Esculapio, the god of medicine. They were just today here. There is the synagogue of Rome.
It's just a ruin inside. Beautiful arch. This is the biggest arch apparently in Europe. Well, we're in the marketplace on a walk early in the morning. This is our group going off to see what we can see in Rome. A big marketplace here, full of fruit and veggies.
Good morning.
There's a lot of good scooters here. Traffic's fairly good, it seems. Flags. Of places to eat in Rome, or may I say Italy. They're great people for food. A walkabout tour, we can't stop too long to take too many shots. I think this is the back end of the Parthenon. Well, we're in this Parthenon with the magnificent ceiling.
A senior moment. A senior moment.
This is the most magnificent piece of architecture you'd ever see. The magnificence of it is the fact that it's perfectly built, and the dome, as I've taken before, is really something beautiful. And with all these pillars, I've got the film and get it all in. This is the tomb of Raphael. And bishops are buried under here. I'm not quite sure what that is. The colours in here are muted but beautiful. Pantheon. Dozens and dozens of these narrow lanes. And boy, the traffic goes up here quite fast. You've got to be careful. Look at that. Way on the top of this building is the plants growing, a bit of grass. Some sort of Cadbury. Carabinieri or so. Police. We come across these main streets occasionally. The marketplace off that main road. We felt, and we've been here before, but it's still a magnificent place. Three coins in a fountain, each one seeking happiness.
Which is the last movie you have seen? Annalisa, Smile. Actor or actress? Italian movies? Yes or no?
La Dolce,
And these are my school friends. We are doing a survey about here a student, a tourist.
Wow, in the middle of Rome, park your car. Nice fountain, well, statue. Two different policemen with white helmets. Look at these pieces of marble statue. All of these things are absolutely beautifully done. Alongside this beautiful. What a way to display your goods. I think stop
Doing some lovely photos actually.
the palm tree in the middle of the glove shop. Colourful gloves. Gloves, colours. There's these beautiful statues. Here we are at the Spanish Steps. People everywhere. A little fountain down below. Looking back to where we came from. And the horse and cart taxis. Nice way to wander around Rome. That woman over, perfectly still, not moving a muscle. Now we come across this lovely narrow street with all these plants. We're actually behind us is one of the most expensive streets I think we've come across. The shops behind us are just expensive, beautiful fashion. So Nancy said I'm not allowed to buy more shirts or shoes. And this Lorenzo in Lucina. It's in a beautiful big building, cars parked, lovely fountain. Not quite sure what it is, but it's a coupe. Another one of these busy side streets. People. I think this is a parliament. It's a big building. I need to go back further and take a photograph. Up to here. This is where we are. Coming to this big piazza. And a big surprise. For this magnificent column. Beautiful carvings all the way around. All the Roman soldiers. Magnificent. Whole world. Please help us to keep it clean. Yes, that's all I know. Another view from the other side. And I'm standing a long way back. I will go in and see the actual detail. Magnificent piece of carving. Some magnificent buildings just nearby. Can't get back far enough to give them justice. Really are something. Some lovely sculptures on the top there. Some guy there holding or something. Belgian kids must usually find a church of some sort. It's amazing, and they're very old and just very peaceful. But this whole place has got a quality about it as far as living pace is concerned. You know, we're not into cars rushing around. We haven't actually heard the tooting of the horn of a car. We've heard ambulances, but you know, if you're walking down the road, people don't toot. They just wait for you to get out of the way very, very, very easily. So it's quite a difference. Well, we're back in the market that we started off this morning, and it's now nearly 2 o'clock. So we've had a wonderful walk around the place. It's been very entertaining, very relaxing. As you can see it, the whole place is relaxed. Lots of people out now, the sun's out. Beautiful monk up there. That's the fella. Look at the fruit. It's springtime. This is the view looking at our third film when we're to the bridge. It's a narrow road where we're at.
So if you keep straight, yesterday we went along this street. This is the Corso Vittorio Emanuele. So it means Victor Emmanuel Street. And this, the H here means hospital. This is the oldest hospital we have in Rome. St. Spirit Hospital. He was closed, restored, and it was open again in the year 2000 for the Jubilee year. So, have you been here, Sisto? Where's your hotel?
Oh, I see.
Right. I know that now you can get confused because we are running from another part, so you know, maybe. This is a pedestrian bridge, and it was built by a pope, Sixtus V. You know, maybe another pope. You know, the Sistine Chapel links the island to the city.
Roman bridge.
Now you have the view just here to the left of the church of San Bartolomeo on the island. And this one, now to the left, it was sold, you know, everywhere in Italy. Up here now, have a look. This is beautiful. This is one of the nicest Renaissance square we have in Rome. Up here, the stairs made by Michelangelo. The stairs reaches the square of the Capitol Hill. You see the statue just here to the right. They come from. Now, if you look straight and you see to your left, you see some arches. Two soldiers up there. Every 2 hours they change. Inside of this monument dedicated to our first king, Victor, our first king. And the way you will see, have a look at the left first, is a symbol in the world. You see 3 floors, 3 different floors. Top 4, you see there are just like some windows. 80 to the Palatine Hill. If you want to visit the area just here to the right, you need a ticket. For the Roman Forum that we saw before, you don't need to have a beautiful sea. We have mountains, so we have lakes in the north are beautiful. We have a very good wine. Italy is the first country. People say, foreigners say, that the only problem in Italy are the Italians.
Well, here we are at Trevi Farm. Well, that's we're out of the bus now, and we're going to hold the camera a lot firmer. But it's interesting to take all these photographs at night time because you don't see them very often like that. Go ahead, Constance. All the tourists are coming here. I mean, there's busloads and busloads coming through tonight. As you walk around Rome, there are water fountains, very, very old water fountains, and the water is all drinkable. Because all this water comes from somewhere, but the water in all the hotels and the taps is drinkable. And it's obviously that this water is coming from an aqueduct. This was the end of the aqueduct that was built many, many years ago, and it was decided to build a big statue like this, or a big house, big memorial, to the end of the aqueduct. So this is where it came into Rome. As you can see, there are people everywhere. Tourists coming in, or during the tour of Rome. We're coming up to a pyramid, the only pyramid outside Egypt.
District of Rome in which they're open till the night. Okay, now just here to the right you see again the pyramid, so we're leaving the wall now. Here to the left, there is a museum called the Museum of Fiumicino. If you take a train in 25 minutes, you are...
Well, at the Leonardo da Vinci, as you know, airport, and we're all getting ready to fly over to Tunisia. Well, here we are. We've actually arrived in Tunisia.
Not from here.
This is the view from our hotel in Tunisia. We had quite a short ride in the aeroplane from Rome, about 3/4 of an hour, box lunch and all that, and then we got in here. We thought we were going to have problems with a visa, but fortunately with communications, etc., a long time ago, and with us through the agent, etc., it was no problem, and it was done quite quickly because we were told that it could be take a couple of hours, and we wouldn't want to sit around that long, so we were very lucky. So this is a view from the hotel looking out toward the city. It's all very white and typical of the architecture is typical of this area, apparently, the area itself. And if you want anything but white, you can't have it, sort of thing. But they're mostly white and fawn colours, but very modern city, a very modern airport, and quite a surprise. So we're in for some interesting tours in Tunisia over the next 9 days. And this is a big museum they've taken this to. There's a huge queue of people. It's only just 9:30 because that's when the museum opens, and so the queue goes way back. Display of answers and things from way back in this country. Old sites. Model of an ancient tomb with ancient bones inside them. And these are very ancient type skulls over a period of time, maybe there to show the development of animals and man, etc., over a long period of time. All sorts of rocks and things, and ancient statues.
Because there was some signs, the crescent holding a child in his arm here. There's a child here, ready for the sacrifice.
The displays of ancient pottery. It's a very ancient thing. I'm not quite sure. It's very difficult to find out what they are because it's in different languages. These are statues, and behind me I'm going to show some masks from Carthage and Egyptian periods that have been found in tombs. And these are masks as well. Very interesting. More masks. Rather comical, some of them. Other items of masks and things. Very nice walls, fresco walls. Very nice room in here. Oh, beautifully, like lacework, the way it's been done. Like big sunflowers and all sorts. It's very beautiful. Oh, sorry. We're really in a house. These are just side rooms where people live. Another side room. Sitting room. Beautiful chandelier here. Typical ancient room. But just the beautiful intricate work on the walls up there. It's really something. Like lacework. Bedroom.
So, we've got the small kitchen here. That's where they used to prepare such a famous Turkish coffee.
The area is open to the sky and of course the wind, but they've covered it in because it's a museum. But this is the open central.
Okay, from different periods. So the Arabs, by the way, came for the first time to Tunisia.
unbelievable ceramic floors on them. You can't get it all in, it's just so big. Give it the capilla, look at it, incredible, look at the face on it.
War god, Mars or Mardi in French, or Tuesday. Next, the trade terrorists, scorpion, cancer, etc. Two or three are missing in some
You can take everything, but it's just too much, really. Just outside the museum. Big buildings, beautiful park. I was asked to go to the music room.
Look at this mosaic here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these three gentlemen, rich people, just relaxing, enjoying life, getting drunk. Look, this is the slave offering them, giving them more wine. And just relaxing on life. During that time, other people are just working.
You see the underneath
It's true. I mean, nowadays we have people who are just
second floor.
enjoying life, for example, and other people working hard. For example, look at the example. You are in holiday or enjoying life, working hard. You're right. Please, those who are advising their friends or guests how to choose, for example, something big. Look, this is the kind of menu where they choose different sizes.
Look at that interesting picture. Also, it's telling stories, hunting. Look at that huge story of all the animals and plants and birds. This is a baptistry site, which is very interesting. All apparently Christian areas. Prayer.
He's going to speak to you in Arabic, if you don't mind. I think you started this morning your first Arabic lesson. But maybe we'll wait till the end of the tour, maybe. Okay, no, he's going to speak to you with English. Okay. Please, we're going to listen to him.
So, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the souk, ladies and gentlemen. The souk is specialized on hats and perfumes. This is the Tunisian typical hat. Its name is sheshia.
Sheshia.
So to do the sheshia, it starts like this. Women nibdul at home with 5 minutes. Then this is put it in a hot water with soap during 17 hours. It shrinks and become like that. Like for your pullover when you wash it in very hot water. To give it the size and the form of hat, we put them on a ceramic mold. So, bigger we put the mold, bigger obtain the size. And at the end we dye them. The typical Tunisian color is the red one. The other colors are designated for exportation or for the use of women. Like the black one, for example, this goes to Libya. Libyan people used to wear it black. But if it is green, blue or yellow, these are made for women. You know, the Tunisian women now have lost the tradition to be veiled everywhere. She can clothe as she likes to clothe, so use type of clothing that many times ago were destined only for the use of men. But she cannot use the other typical Tunisian hat. This is very well known all over the world with the name of Fez. Here we call it Sheshia Istanbuli. It means hat from the town of Istanbul because of his Turkish origins. This cannot be used by women because it is the hat used only by young boys during the circumcision. You know, Muslim people are like Jewish people, they must be circumcised. So the day of the circumcision we wear them typical clothes. And on the hat we put one like this. I'm sure it's already done for him, huh?
Yeah. I'm not going to be circumcised the second time, no.
Yes, but it's too much, it will not remain anything for you. So, the other specialty of this souk, ladies and gentlemen, are the oil concentrate of perfume. Some of them are very well known all over the world, especially that one. The jasmine one is our national flower. as an extract of perfume, especially use it as an ambiental perfume. At home we use it when we want to get rid with any bad smell, smells of smoking, smells of fish, if we cook fish at home. Just putting some drops on a diffuser, on lamp, on anything hot to obtain a very, very sweet smell. I have an extract of perfume called green lemon. This smells like the citronella, which is usually used to get rid of mosquitoes. Here in Tunisia, we use it especially to do a massage when we go to hammam. Hammam is the Turkish bath. It has a very, very strong smell. It's like the citronella, which is usually used to get rid of mosquitoes. Here in Tunisia, we use it especially to do a massage when we go to hammam. Hammam is the Turkish bath. It has a very, very strong smell because of his fresh. Famous one for women because this one represents the base of Chanel number 5, who's done here in Tunisia, but refined in France. So, I invite women to approach the hands. I put a little bit on their skin, then they can judge alone. So all ladies approach the hands, please.
Tuscany1 will be visiting the mosque of Tuscany1 after tomorrow.
Pastor.
Must be the biggest hat producing country I've ever seen. Carpets.
Shops.
It's the same as the street.
And as I
City
said,
Benzayat. Because of the buildings. Very nice area, but it's crowded down there in the market. Really crowded. Our restaurants, which are interesting, and right beside me on my right is an original, very ancient aqueduct which went for about 150 odd kilometers at one stage, and I'm taking the opportunity to film it soon. This is the remains of an ancient Roman aqueduct which is 143 kilometers to bring water into Tunis. We've passed it already, but this was the first opportunity to actually see it up close. This is a ex-French cathedral. Now it is a museum.
The restaurant, I was telling you, of course, about the history of Carthage, and I said to you that Carthage unfortunately was destroyed at least 3 times. The first time by the Romans, after the Third Punic War in 146, the second time. The monuments of Carthage are not really in good condition comparing to other monuments, such as, for example, the Roman Colosseum, which we'll be visiting, So here, the monuments of Carthage are gated around. So near the restaurant, you've seen, for example, some ruins of the Roman aqueduct, all right? And here, we could see in front over there, the Roman amphitheater. This was really...
Which we're looking at is the third in the world, apparently. It is about 70 meters by 50 meters, and this is the center part, and this, of course, is where they kept all the lions and the whatever. For the games, or killing people and all that sort of thing, which was a dreadful thing. I mean, the Romans are pretty cruel in the way they entertain themselves, but looks like there's some restoration going on up here. We were standing at the top, and people said, well, you see the workers down there, and they weren't doing a thing. Mind you, this is siesta time in some respects. This is a swipe round the inside of the perimeter. Of course, I was told that the surrounding area was 5 stories high to accommodate about 40,000 people, which is obviously huge. So Carthage in the Roman days must have been quite a city to have had this a big coliseum and to have those number of people come in to be entertained.
We see so by the Princess Dido, Princess Elisa Dido. Of course, later, as I said to you, step by step, Carthage became a big town.
Up on this Bursa hill and take a swipe around the lower part of the city. Beautiful view from here.
The temple, of course, the famous Roman temple, was the capital. So the capital was built on this hill.
I can take a
Where you can see that French cathedral. That French cathedral was actually built on the foundation of the capital. That French cathedral was built
Looking out to the internal lake, because it's built on Lake Tunis, and which lake goes into the sea. It's like the industrial areas down there.
And that Christian college was built also on the Haram, or the public square. All right? The Haram was huge, more than 120 meters long by 83 meters long. So we have Ghetto as well as Haram. Besides the capital and the Haram, also we used to have other public buildings on this hill. Where we are now, this used to be the big library of Carthage. Here. All this used to be the big library of Carthage. We used to have other temple there, where you could see the calendar.
It goes out to sea that
The
there.
great temple, it's called, of Carthage.
Pity it's so hazy day still.
We have a map. Would you like to make a QR code? So, this is, of course, the map actually to the north of Tunisia. We are in Tunisia. Here.
It's a really big city.
It's in the back. You can see it.
And very modern.
That's the salt lake I was talking about, 176 meters. That's
It's a map of Carthage.
D'ailleurs, vous voyez ici, donc, cet emplacement stratégique de Carthage.
This is the remains of some Carthaginian houses, etc. And then if we go out down here,
Romans, as I was saying to you this morning in the museum, all the Roman mosaics were made of small stone, natural, granite, marble, etc. Right. Let's go the other
all the
side.
cypresses, it's all very pretty down there. I'm taking a photo. This is a plan of what it used to be before the Romans. And this is the Roman times. Shows you the difference. Gives you an idea of how it expanded over the years with reclamation and development. Up in the middle here of this, you can see this line going across here. That is the aqueduct that came into Carthage. Now it's 143 kilometers long, and that's Carthage sitting here where we're at the moment. That's the hill. This is another picture of Tunisia and Carthage, etc. Shows things very antiquely illustrated, which is rather nice. That's Carthage, the top of the hill, and it's more antique than anything else. And it does show you the aqueduct going right through there. It's quite amazing to think that they did that all the way and were able to bring water in from all that distance. That was a whole group of this open
So we
forum.
have three parts of the Roman theater. So we've got the cavea. This is called the cavea, the Latin word. The seats for the spectators. This part, the best part, which was reserved for the high Roman society, for the guests of honor. Till nowadays, it's still for the rich people, also this part of the theater. This is called the orchestra. And the third part, the scena. So three parts. I remind you, the scena for the actors, for the singers, for the comedians, the orchestra for the high society, for the rich people, and the cavea for the normal spectators. Three parts. There are two entrances from this side and the other one. 2 entrances. And we have another there that's for the actors, comedians, singers, etc. Like, have a look, take some photographs. The view there. Feel free.
They use this now in the summertime as live theatre.
So, one of you maybe is going to make a show for us. Still, maybe, no? Not always the tour guide who is giving a speech or a show. So some of you maybe now. Please.
We're in City Bazaid, very, very pretty place on the hill, about 150 metres high. This is a big market area. The houses here are all white and all the facings and the windowsills are all in blue. Looking down from upstairs in a beautiful museum house, give you an idea of perspective. Then they have a beautiful view way out to sea over the town. Looking across the rooftops to the other side of the peninsula, as there where those hills are. And from over there they brought the aqueduct right around the Carthage where we're here. Unfortunately, it's still very cloudy. Not cloudy so much as a lot of haze. Tops of these houses, all jammed in quite close together. So we're here in a place called Naboo, and we've come down to a China place where they're actually making the some people like it. That's what he just made. These are all made and designed, ready to be fired. These are all bowls in their shapes, ready to be taken out. And these ones over here are all ready to be fired.
So new handmade. Handmade and work.
Oh, manner of time. Here they are getting ready to put stuff in the ovens for firing. Wrong, they've just taken the ovens. These are the fascinating things. I mean, These have been made, and the handwork, masons putting metal into the wet clay. They're quite something. Down to a town called Hammamet, and we're going to a Medina and a big fortress, and we're right on the sea actually. It's nice enough to go swimming. Our tour party getting its instructions in the big fort in the background, which we go to called a Casbah.
In the Middle Age, and they were used especially to defend the towns against the enemy, especially the towns who were built or situated by the sea, such as Hammamet, such as Sus, Monastir, Mahdiya, etc. The towns who were on the coast, because at that time in the Middle Age especially, some wars between Muslims and Christians, and many were coming from Italy or from Sicily, etc. We are not far, as I said to you, from Europe and especially from Italy and Sicily. So in the past, the Arabs had the idea to build these forts to defend their towns against the enemies. And this fort or this Casbah was okay. Enjoy yourself.
The sea really is looking across the peninsula. Looking from the ramparts down to the beautiful beach, which is being groomed down here. You can understand them grooming the beach to keep things squeaky clean with all the people that must come around here. Note the boats. Style of boat for the Mediterranean, which is typical. Looking across the city. Oh, a great surprise. Interesting. This is apparently a crystalline thing that they find in the desert. That's why it's coloured in the sandy colour. Everybody tries to flog it off to you all the time. Now that's a full map of Tunisia, and they will hone in on the areas we've been to, and so here we are with the big area of Tunisia and the Gulf of Tunisia up there. And we've come all the way down here to the Gulf of Hammamet, and eventually we're going down the coast. This is the back wall outside, down by sea level, of the fort itself, with cafes and things, and some mermaids. How about they've got hats and clothes on. Look at this guy. Some boats, all very colourful, just lying up on the sand. Well, we just travelled south to the big city of Sousse, the third largest in Tunisia. And that is the Grand Mosque of Tunisia, built in the 9th century. And the whole area up there, the Medina, which is huge, is covered, surrounded by a beautiful wall. So we're going to have a look inside soon. Well, we're down on the waterfront at Sousse, and there's this old sailing ship. Across the other side there looks like maybe it's the Tunisian Navy. Big ocean trading boat across there. This is obvious places where fishermen leave their nets. Quite sure that there isn't one of these fancy sailing ships that looks like a Chinese junk, but they obviously use them here for fishing. More fishing boats down here, and in the foreground here, which I'm coming into, these pots are for the octopus to go into, and of course once an octopus goes into a little pot, it stays there and they get caught. Well, here we are, we're in a beautiful hotel, and this is the next morning of course, and this is the entrance to the hotel. Our hotel is on my right, straight ahead of us is a huge hotel. There's a lot of hotel complexes down here because in the summertime this place is booked out. This is the entrance to this hotel. It's a very, very upmarket hotel and we're particularly pleased with it. All the hotels at the moment that we've been through this country have been excellent. This is only the front side. Out the back it's huge. We'll do its shot later. Nice fountain. This apparently is for massage therapy, etc. I hadn't heard that word before, but interesting. Road.
Olive trees. More than 55 million.
That's the way they build roads here.
So it's very important for the economy of Tunisia. You'll see tomorrow, also on the way when we go down to El Jem and even further. So
laying machines.
And you know, this is since the antiquity, since
Steel road, and it's very, very thick.
The cactus is used for example,
these
plain of Kairouan and a lot of sheep, especially
everywhere. Apparently the camels like them.
More sheep there on the right. And of course, it's very important the livestock raising.
These trees on right and left of this road are all eucalyptus. So it means that it's not only Australia has eucalyptus, but they have them all up here. So it's like they're coming into the city of Kairouan.
Yes, similar. Right, we are getting at the entrance to Kairouan, and you could see the symbol, the big pot, you know, that's which symbolizes, of course, and
car assembly plant.
Opel, German cars. General Motors. Right, we are, ladies and gentlemen, entering Kairouan. We'll be stopping in a couple of minutes. And our first visit the Agglebite pools or the Agglebite basins. You're going to see them. The Agglebite pools, the water reservoirs. And then we carry on, get to this mausoleum.
We've stopped in Kairouan and we're coming into a very special area. This is a water reservoir which was built about 800 or 900 BC and kept restored, but it is no longer used as a water reservoir because they've got different means. But these are very, very well preserved and not used now, as I say. But there was this large pond here, and over to my left there was another little pond into which the water came from an aqueduct from a river 40 kilometers from here. And this settling pond just over here where I'm aiming is where the water would settle and then it would come through to the main pond on my right. When the water had settled, it would flow through that hole in the side of the reservoir here and into this pond. And of course at times I think that the level of this pond increases because of the rain that one might get around here, but apparently it's not used anymore. But what a remarkable piece of engineering that they had thought about. This, of course, water was very important, but all those years and years ago, and it's in a remarkably good condition. So our group getting the history talk. Make sure we had our legs covered and the shoulders covered.
Right, this is the central court, the main court of the mausoleum, and this is the tomb out there.
Seen some of these over in Uzbekistan and things that are very impressive, very big buildings, good architecture. Our group all catching up. This is inside the place, very old. That's a Quran holder. We bought one of those over in Uzbekistan. That's the other end of this mosque, great area, and there is our total group being given all the instructions about the mosque, etc. There are water systems under here. Those are you can look down and see the water. Here's a water system whereby you can get the water out from underneath, and it shows how over the years the ropes have worn themselves out right round the edge.
It's a water system.
Into a carpet factory. Slowly making a carpet.
Come a little bit closer, ladies. Yes, you have to get a bit close, please. Very beautiful carpet. To do this type of carpet, the woman, she sits behind her loom. She weaves and embroiders from the back at the same time. This is the back of the carpet and the design appears on the right side of it. Very, very hard work. That's why, because this is a very, very, very fine texture. This is a very fine texture, but this one is much more finer. This is a texture of 200 or the texture of 200. And this beautiful Bobo one, Bobo, with less design, all what we have. Yeah, because we have 4 showrooms. Each design we have it in different sizes and in different colors. If later there is somebody who wants to see like something like this, bigger or smaller or circular, don't hesitate, feel free to ask.
Oh, this is a hotel and this is a courtyard where we've just had lunch. It's a beautiful hotel complex. Lovely swimming pool. The hotels here in Tunisia have been absolutely splendid. I'm at the front of this hotel. I've just been told that in its previous life it was a prison, and of course it stands to reason when you see the ramparts up there, and there's only no windows, no nothing, just the entrance here, and inside of course it was a big courtyard, so that was interesting. And a lot of the buses waiting for us, and that specifically is our bus, and the guy in the check shirt is our driver. Well, we've come into a town where we've come to an international leather place, and there's a fashion parade.
It's called the ribat. We have a ribat in Sousse, we have a ribat here. In Monastir, we have a ribat in Mahdiya. These are the 3 main towns of what we call the Sahel area. The Sahel, or as I said to you, this coastal plain, it's called the Sahel, which means the coast, the word Sahel. So these ribats date from the Middle Age. At that time, of course, we had some wars between Muslims to build these fortresses, or these ribats, if you like to say in Arabic, to defend themselves against the enemies. And you should know that, like monks nowadays, what you've done.
No, yes, he didn't know. He didn't know what he'd done.
Well, now we're in Monastir, Monastir, and this is like a fortress, really. View from the town, of the town from here on the side. A marina view, such as it is. Here's an alternative view of this whole thing. apparently it's built in 9 AD, so it's a very old complex. Again, here's this tower. I reckon I'm a bit old to go up that tower. Long way to go. You got to come down. Last prayer time, and they just come out from their fourth prayer for the day. I understand, like the third or fourth. Yeah. This is a swipe around the town of this monastery. And a cemetery, everybody has to be buried when you're in this religion. Another view of the, like a fort. I think monks used to be here.
AD. Oh, yeah.
There really is a marina that's been built by putting out a wall in the sea and building the marina. It's not that big.
The serious ones, actually.
We're on our way back from Monastery to Sus for the evening. It's about 5:30 in the evening, and the houses coming up. What is amazing is the number of unfinished buildings in this outfit. Start a building and you can take it for as long as it takes. You just keep on adding on to it or completing it as you can afford it. But the whole place is just full of unfinished buildings. And it can take years before some of them have actually finished what they're just been designed to do. Now look at that one there. Just waiting for somebody to have some money enough to finish it. Staggering. Big, huge apartment blocks. Right everywhere. You come to the outer, there's a hospital. Big. Nice looking apartments. I think the architecture in this country is quite unique, quite different to what we're used to. They use shapes and curves and ovals to considerably good effect.
Tunisia.
We're going to a Roman Colosseum at El Jim,
Situation
distance there.
in the middle, as I said to you, of the country, in an agricultural area, and
straight road.
it became a Roman city founded by Julius Caesar in 46 before Christ. First Julius.
It's all very green down here.
Roman name. Okay, said
El Jim, and that's the Colosseum, which we're going to see. Coming up to it now.
So, the Roman Colosseum of Elgin is considered as the fourth largest Roman Colosseum in the world. After the Colosseum of Caracalla in Rome, the second in Naples in Italy, the third in Carthage, and this is the fourth largest Colosseum.
Seem to have a bit of a jump in the film. What is the cool wind across the sea? Sirocco is the warm wind across the sea.
Going too.
The amphitheatre outside the Colosseum. I don't know why my film's jumping for the life of me. I seem to have a bit of a problem with this film jumping.
Ma io non vorrei!
parts. First of all, the arena, where we are now. That's where the Crawl 5 took place, on the arena. 65 meters long by 39 meters wide, the arena. Under the arena, you see, we have an underground passage, an underground gallery, where the Romans used to keep the lions.
We're down in the
and prisoners.
arena. This took about 8 years to build, apparently, by the Romans way back. Yeah, a group being lectured to, being told all about it. It's the fourth largest museum in the world. Quite different to the one in Rome in some respects, that the centre here is all clear. Well, here we are in the underground part of the Colosseum where the lions and maybe the Christians are all kept or whatever. Anyway, this is the tunnel. Whoops, I'm walking up and down stairs. So this is the tunnel in the area where they were all kept in those days. There's the people upstairs. They don't know where it's going from underneath. Another long tunnel. Coming into the tunnel, going out of the tunnel. A bit rough on the knees. Well, apparently this is where they filmed the Gladiator, and you can understand it because it's the only Colosseum really that's got an open area that you could possibly do this. They're trying to dress it up. Hey. Taking some film of this. Imagine Russell Crowe doing his thing down here. Dressed it up. It must have looked pretty good. It's just magnificent.
It just seems so unreal when there's so few people about.
Exactly.
In the town and all this great thing.
Really, man. If you people filming the filming. This is behind the building. So they must have dressed it up for the Gladiator, which would have been pretty easy to do, knowing what film companies can do these days. And if you have your shots in the right place, you know, you can cut out what you don't want to see. This is taken underneath the steps as we walk around the inside of it. A certain amount of refurbishing has been done. A lot more could be done, of course, but it costs money to do that. There's the entrance. Imagine riding your horse, marching into the arena. As it really is today. It was well worth a visit. We stopped for a photographic stop of olive trees. There's a huge plantations. Behind me, they go on and on as far as you can see. And underneath has all been cleared. I'm not quite sure, but in some places they can grow barley. But down here it gets very, very dry as we head down south. Yeah, a guide you can hear behind us. This is very harsh country. We're heading south and it's getting dry and it's different. Water. Pretty rare. See the petrol? All selling petrol. This is all coming from Libya. It's a black market.
ده نعمل من بعد صح.
لا لا ديركت ستور. تفتح الستور ديركت.
Five, cheaper than buying it from the petrol station, and the government apparently condone it, so they don't sort of knock it. But boy, I've never seen so much petrol on the side of the road, just sitting there in the blazing hot sun, coming into an oasis.
So as I said to you, this is the first oasis. But later we'll see more. It's what we call sometimes the palm wine, even the sap of the palm tree.
Selling palm
It is
wine.
extracted from the heart of the palm tree. By the road there, you see, in these plastic bottles there, they are selling the palm juice. We have orange juice, we have also palm juice. It's sweet, it's delicious, you know. But sometimes they keep it strong, you know, and they make it as a wine. Sometimes people could get drunk, you know.
The phosphate plant over there, they mine phosphate and export it. And coming towards Matamata. Hopefully we stop it for a little while. We are climbing into a mountain area. It's very, very dry. And in this area, we're going to Matamata where the Berbers have lived. Now the Berbers were here for hundreds of years and defended their particular rights to this area until eventually the Arabs took over. But they have houses built into the hills, and we're going to see them.
Actually got the idea from here, you know.
It's all walls.
Holding the hillside.
So, and hills. And there are several shrines.
So we're at this Matamata Berber village, and we're going to have lunch in a cave, presumably. I'm not sure what it's about, but this is an area where the old Berber, it's an old Berber town, and the Berbers of course have moved up to another area up where we've just come from, and this has just been kept very remote. Well, this is the reception area, so we'll just go inside the cave. It's all beautifully done.
Don't forget the TV going in there.
Even the television set going on here.
It was like a TV
A courtyard.
Make your choice. Make your choice.
Rooms all off the courtyard.
I'm going to walk in.
That's all right. Hey? Ah, yes. Yeah. Have a drink. Have a drink.
He said 130, no.
I think these